Today we're going to do a DIY on this number one Minnie Mouse and also this sweets treat for your treat table. You see the Minnie Mouses on? This is going to be fun. So right here are all the supplies that you're going to need to do this DIY. We're going to start with the paper mache number, which you can find at any Hobby Lobby or Michael's. This one was from Hobby Lobby for $7.99. It was 50% off when I bought it. The circles or foam from the Dollar Tree. We have white and a vivid pink from Hobby Lobby. We also have glitter from Hobby Lobby. We have the Mod Podge. We have a bow. We have our sponges and also a hot glue gun. So we're going to start by cutting the sponge in half. I like to use sponges instead of brushes because to me they just work a lot faster and you cover more space. So I'm just going to cut this one in half, and we're going to use the first half to lay down our pink color for our number one. We are going to paint the back of the number one first in its entirety. So we're just going to stroke and make sure that everything is covered. You can honestly paint about 2 to 3 layers. Now we're going to flip it over. We're going to go halfway up the number one because the top half is going to be glitter. So we're just going to paint right in here just like we did the back. Make sure you get all your corners and your edges, and only go halfway up with this number one. Whichever number you choose, only go halfway up. So while that dries, we're going to spread out the sweets for the candy table decoration. So these are already pre-painted white. I had these for about 2 years. I did a baby shower, so I'm going to keep these white because they're multi use, so I can use these again for something else. I'm just going to always keep these white. So I'm just going to go over and do some touch-ups since they are 2 years old. So while that's drying, we're going to go back to our number one, which is actually so our number one, we're going to lay down the Mod Podge. So with the Mod Podge, just make sure you have a even coat, but also make it thick enough for your glitter to stick to. Now with the Mod Podge, I am moving a little slow, so just FYI, you might want to move a little faster because it does tend to dry fairly quick. Now I'm going to go in with the gold glitter, and I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that on top and try to get an even coat. It doesn't matter if it gets on the side or anything. I put down some wax paper for easy cleanup. And just make sure you cover all of your Mod Podge evenly with the glitter. Now here I let it sit for about 5 minutes, and now I'm just going to dump off the excess glitter, and from there it's going to hit that wax paper, and I can just go ahead and fold that in half and then just put that back in the container for later use. Just make sure you get all of your excess off. Once you feel as though you have a good coat, go ahead and put some more Mod Podge on to seal in that glitter. So the glitter will stay in place and you won't have any just falling off. Now we're going to do the Minnie ears for our sweets. I purchased these foam balls at the Dollar Tree, and you're going to need toothpicks, and we're doing the Minnie ears right now. And those foams were also purchased at the Dollar Tree. So with the foams, you're going to do it just like you did the number one. You're going to put some Mod Podge down, an even coat, and then you're going to do your glitter on top. With the Mod Podge, I did put it on the front side and also the edges of the circles for the ears. And I'm just going to pick up the circles and then just kind of like rotate and roll the circles in the glitter for an even coat along the side. Just make sure you're rolling and trying to get as much of an even coat as you can. We're going to do the same thing for these foam balls. I'm just dipping them in the glue and I'm just going to roll them in the glitter, the excess glitter that was left over from the ears. So you just want to make sure you get somewhat of an even coat. And this is the end results of all of the glitter. So now we're looking to glue the ears on, the number one. I did paint the back of the ears pink, the same color as the one, just so it looks a lot nicer. And I also did white dots on the pink section of the number one. So right here, I'm just checking to see which areas and sides that I want to hide on the circles, because I didn't get an even coat like I wanted to. So for this, you are going to need a glue gun and you want to make sure that it's really hot. So now I have my ears where I want them, and I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun, and I am going to glue those together. So now they're glued together, and I'm just going to hold them in place for about 10 seconds. And now I'm trying to see where I want to glue them on the back of the one. As you can see, I found a good placement and I just went ahead and glued those together. Now for my bow, I did get this at Party City for like $1, which was a kid's headband. I'm just cutting off that elastic. And then I'm going to hot glue the bun, I'm going to hot glue the bow on with the glue gun. Now I do want to find the perfect placement. Now for that step, you can place the bow wherever you would like, but I wanted to go ahead and place it on the actual number one at the very top. Now right here, use as much glue as possible to make sure it stays in place, as you would have done with the ears as well, because you want a good hold. Now I'm just going to go in and just fill in a couple areas with some glue to just make sure that that bow is going to stick on. And I'm just going to fan out my bow a little bit to just make sure I have the right placement and the bow just looks really pretty and nice. Please excuse the mess that's on my kitchen counter. That's all my craft supplies that I had to dig out of my storage bin. And then, you know, wine, because who doesn't like wine? Okay, so now we're going to do the mini heads with the mini ears. These are the balls that we coated in the glitter. So now I'm just going to cut those toothpicks out. Well, I'm not going to cut them out. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut them in half to stick in the heads for the mini heads. And we're going to use these on our letters for the sweets table. Now, the sweets table at birthday parties usually have like all your desserts, or it could have your candy, whatever you like. So this would be a really good decoration and prop for the table. So right here, I'm just doing the same thing. I'm matching up where I want my ears to go. I'm going to cut that toothpick in half. And then I'm just going to stick it in this mini ear. And then voila, we have a mini head. Now, it's not going to have glitter stuck everywhere, and that's okay because we're going to make it look nice. And this is the larger head. I repeated and did the same thing as the small one. With this one, I did have an extra bow in my craft storage bin, so I'm just going to take a hot glue gun and put that bow right there. I did not have an extra bow for the small head, but that's okay. I might run out to the craft store or maybe just like Walmart in like the little girl section and see if I can find a small bow just to put on. But I just put my hot glue and I'm just placing that bow right into that hot glue, and there we go with our glitter mini head. So now we're going to take the mini head and glue it to the top of the S on the sweets letters. Right here, you're just going to use a good amount, and we're going to hold that down for maybe about 20 to 25 seconds. You just want to make sure you have a good placement and a good hold. So use as much glue as possible. As I stated before, these letters I will reuse. So once I'm done with the Minnie Mouse party, I will most likely just rip that off, which will rip some of the acrylic paint off, but I can just always repaint that. And on the other S at the end of sweets, we're going to put the smaller head with the same amount of glue, and we're just going to do this one at an angle. Make sure you hold it for about 20 to 25 seconds in place, and there you have it. We have our sweets. I think this looks really nice with the white letters. The gold just makes it pop, and I really wish I had a second bow, but it's okay. You still get the gist of it. And here we are. These are the letters for the sweets candy table for the birthday party. I think they turned out really nice. What do you all think? And here's the number one all done. Now this could be placed anywhere in the, the birthday party. You can go on any of the tables. It could just be decoration, wherever. But I think that looks really